Hello and welcome to another update on XRP. Well, I was actually hoping for a little bit of action, maybe later today, so I waited a bit with making this update, but unfortunately the chart hasn't really done anything exciting. We continue to be in this correction, which started here in July, mid-July, where the price topped around $3.65, $3.70. So we're still in this correction. It's a three-wave move down at the moment. And we've now even seen a break. I would not say a decisive break, but a break below the August low, which means that at the very least, the fourth wave correction that we've been tracking, that we've started to track a little while ago, actually when the price topped there, that this fourth wave correction is at least still unfolding. But with the break below the 50% retracement, it becomes more likely that we are in the B wave, in this B wave pullback. This scenario would allow for the interpretation of a diagonal pattern. So either we are dealing with an impulse, that's the yellow scenario, it's still valid, you know, it's still valid. But it's becoming less likely because we've seen a break below the 50% retracement. So as I said in previous videos, once we get a break below the August low, the white scenario is starting to lead. That doesn't mean we have to crash down or something. It just means that the structure is shifting, probabilities are shifting. Nothing is invalidated, but the probabilities are shifting. And in this particular case, we seem to be moving down in the C wave of the larger B wave now. It's not fully confirmed, but at the same time, we don't have any upside reversal. The next support level is located in the area around $2.65. I'm curious to see how the price will react here. This is the previous swing high, and it is, a technical level. It's also where the 50% retracement level here is located after the price rallied, in this A wave, obviously, from the June low. So this is the next support level. Then we've got the $2.46 level and $2.21. Just continuously tracking simply this correction until we get finally a first 5-wave move up. So we have to be a little bit patient here with XRP because we're still moving in a correction which is slow, kind of boring, right? Movements are not really impulsive. And here you can see that the market, here on the shorter time frame, you can see that the market has broken below the August low. As I said in the last videos, once that happens, certainly the structure changes. Okay, we're at least still in this yellow wave 4, but probabilities will increase that we are in the B wave. And I shared with you the support levels already on the larger time frame chart. Bottom line, though, is unchanged. So we are still in the correction. That hasn't changed. We haven't seen any upside reversal pattern until we finally get a break above this trend line up there and above the $3.10 level, the pressure appears to be downward. Now, the next moment of truth will come here in the region around 265. Breaking below it could send us quite quickly to 246. So waiting to see now how, let's say, the stock market opens this week, how, obviously today, the US market was closed. Curious to see how Bitcoin ends the daily candle, because the weekend really is kind of still unfolding for everybody in the US. But at the moment, the situation is unchanged. And with Bitcoin still having the option of selling off a little bit further, as explained in the Bitcoin videos, XRP is likely following, for now. I need to see a micro 5-wave move up to indicate some kind of a low has formed, but there is still ongoing correction. There's also no clear micro count here. I gotta say, this would not make any sense to add a micro count here because this is just super choppy, messy. But we have to rely on levels here more, especially the levels around 265 and then 246. That's the update on XRP. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to join us on X for additional updates, chart updates, news, and much more. You can find them here on our X profile. The link is in the description. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.